Hello and welcome back to Project Zomboid Hydrocraft tutorial. This is the really absolute part 1 Hydrocraft tutorial. So it's about how do I start the game. From my point of view, the perfect start, or just as good as possible start. So as you can see, I'm got the hunter trait. I'm out of shape and weak, and I was very underweight, but therefore I'm handy, hunter, dexterous, cat's eyes. I'm baseballer, inconspicuous, and organized. And I'm slow healer too. So as you can see, I got a few skills already. I started with strength 0 and I'm closing to level 2. So yeah, leveling up strength, the first 3 steps is not that hard. And later on, if you're crafting weight benches and things like that, you can train your strength and fitness too. Okay, so how do you start? First, one of the most important things to start is get yourself toy ring and get yourself books. Get yourself as many books as you can. If you go into a shop, check if you've read the book. If not, take it. If it's like prepping for beginners or for intermediates, so one of these vanilla books, just take them and check at your base. If you got it double, then you can throw away one of those. Throwing away things. Now, that's an important point. You see I've got a tent here. Tents, well, call it a bug or not, I don't know. So tents, if they're unpacked, they are containers, and if you pack the container, you can put something inside, and if you pack the container, the content dissolves, and if you unpack it again, then you got an empty container again. So this is a perfect way to get rid of all the things you don't need. And well, there are few things in Hydrocraft that you don't need sometimes. So that's good to have to keep your order. Yeah, having a good order is the absolute must in Hydrocraft. If you don't keep an order, you can directly give up, because your base, if you drop items on the ground all the time, the base will become fuller and fuller till it's not usable anymore. This heavy rabbit is on the ground because I have to keep an eye on it, that it will not die. Maybe I will find a male one, so I can breed them one time, but that's another story. Okay, first of all, get books and read books. And while reading books, watch TV, watch the Life and Living channel. You will learn a few things there. Like I did, I was wondered by myself too. For example, my trapping skill was just by TV, or my cooking skill too, almost. Okay, so where to go? You're in town, you got your towing, you got a working car, but where to go? And from my point of view, from the basic map, Farm to the West is really the best spot to go. So, Farm to the West, what's that? Okay. Try if I can show you that. Oh, no. Yeah, if you go to map.projectzomboid.com, you will find Farm to the West. You can find it there. It's if you're looking the points of interest, you will find it. Why is it so great? First of all, it's in the center of the map, and it's got enough place, and most important thing, it has got a well. And sweet water, fresh water is super important. You can wash your clothes there, you can wash yourself there, every time you want. You can fill up your bottles, and you can water your flowers, your plants. Watering your plants, that's the second super important thing. First thing you should do if you come to your spot, no matter if you got all books or not, plant something. Create a small garden. This is not so much. Just anywhere. I used to plant it close to the well because you can fill up your watering can or whatever you got to water them. Yeah, they're fine. Should water them, but okay. I will go a bit deeper into gardening one time. This is just a general overview. I will not tell you all the secrets of gardening now. It's just about what I do and what I used to do. What brings me to success very quick. Okay, so creating a garden, great. Next thing is what is a bit sad that Hydrocraft is very focused on the abusing of animals, like a vegan, like I should have to say, but okay, this is ancient kind of surviving, so there's no other way, I fear. So you need to do trapping. And I can strongly recommend to do this from scratch. Don't say, oh yeah, trapping, that's something I should do once I'm that far. No, start trapping immediately, as soon as possible. You will need it. So I was lucky to have trapping on level 2 from watching TV and reading a few books. This will not be every time like that, so start trapping as soon as possible. To do trapping, you need to read a few books. You need to read the if you're not a hunter like me, hunter is great because you got you're getting aiming bonus, and you know all the hunting recipes from scratch. If you're not hunter, then you have to read the hunting textbook, and that one. You have to read the butchering textbook, so you can butcher your animals and eat them. And you need to read the hunting magazines, especially the Hunter's Magazine Volume 2, because it contains the cage trap and the stick trap. The stick trap is the most important trap. Sure, you can build mouse traps and all these things too, but I can strongly recommend to build stick traps. So, and that's what we do. I waited for you. So I got planks here. You can use a saw to make a steady stick. 8 of them. And okay, this is my storage. You can see perfect order. This is all things with gardening and trapping. This is things that will be in the kiln one time. This is empty. This is the normal crafting things like woodworks and things you can do in interior things. This is electronics, and this was metal. I moved metal into a pallet truck. No, into a hand dolly. So it's a perfect container because it's very huge, fits very nice. And the pallet trucks is my, it's the place I put all the pelleted things like pallets of copper and pallets of lumber. I would not unpack that because you will need it to build, for example, the hunting blind once you're that far. Okay, stick traps. If I want to build stick traps, I need, I can show you that. Stick trap. Make stick trap. So you need 4 sturdy sticks and twine. This is not one twine, just one unit of twine. Okay, so I've got twine for sure in farming, so I can right click on there and say make stick traps. I can make 2 now. Nice. I've got worms as well. We'll grab 2. And don't place these traps too close to your base. I used to go a long way, the farther the better. Once you're on carpentry level 6, you will be able to build stairs. And then you can build something like a hovering floor or something like a little house where you can place the stick traps above it, so it's safe from zombies. So, got stick traps in my inventory. Right click on the floor and say place trap. These are just 2 traps. I would recommend 5, 6, 7 traps minimum. The more the better. My main problem is only, oh, forgot. So now I'm adding worms. Where did I get the worms? I think I was foraging a little bit. And I don't know. Where did I get the worms? Yeah, from foraging, that's for sure, you can get worms. So, with stick traps and worms, you can catch a few birds. The birds can be butchered and directly cooked, so you can place the small bird meat directly in the oven, and this will give you cooking skill, and it will give you hunting skill. Once you trapping skill. Once you're on trapping level 2, you can track lost cows. Needs trapping level 2 and herding dog. Once you're on that position that you can track for lost cows, then you got a very, very, very important thing, because with cows you can make, you can butcher them too, you get fur, you get leather, and as soon as you can make them, you're completely, you don't have to loot for food anymore. So this is very fine. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm using the very underweight trait, because you see my weight is exploding, because you're eating chips and you're eating chocolate and junk food. And that's an advantage, because in the beginning you haven't got anything else to eat. So it is no problem to eat chips or chocolate or junk food in the beginning. And usually the timing is perfect. You're gaining weight very, very strong. And if you're on weight something around 80 kilograms, your weight is perfect and you're not underweight anymore. So this is a very, very good timing. Can strongly recommend to start very underweight. For sure, you got less strength and cannot carry so much, but and therefore you can use organized. And if you're not underweight anymore, you got the organized trait and can carry so much more. And this is so useful, the organized trait, if you're not playing in a team base. In a team base, I wouldn't do that, because you can put more things into containers and others can put it inside there anymore. So this is about farming and trapping in the beginning. You should do. You can see I'm on carpentry level 4 now. I didn't build a lot. I just dismantled a few things inside here, a few chairs and a few tables, so I've got place for crafting and so on. I'm not the guy who is dismantling so much, so walking from one house to the other and dismantling beds. This is boring. I mean, Hydrocraft is about crafting, about building things. That's why I just living in the that house at the beginning as soon as possible. I'm building my own house. This is so interesting, building your own house. Hey, how cool is that? So this will be the place I will build my own house. Started already. Yeah, I was got a few axes and used a lot of time with cutting trees and making planks from them, and that's how I went to level 4, because if you got the handy trade, then you got a bonus on carpentry, and carpentry is really one of the basic, super interesting things. Oh yeah, one important point. I know, it's so cool to be able to do weaponsmithing and smelting and wow thingies, and I need the electronic workbench, but this is all not so important. The important, and for me also very interesting part, is the farming, the animal keeping part, and you can do so many interesting things with that. So please start with that. You will not have fun with metalworks if you haven't managed the gardening and the food supplies. Focus on that. You can maybe build a kiln. A kiln is also a very cool tool for other things, but don't try to build a smelter in the beginning. This is the wrong way. You won't be happy with that. First, if you're starting with Hydrocraft, start with the farming, animal keeping part. Much more important. And the carpentry, for sure. So, you can see the first building, it's still a bit huge. I have to work on the icon. So maybe if you watch this video a bit later, this icon will look different. A few icons possibly will look different because I'm still working on a lot of files, and yeah, the sawbook will be one of those. Okay, things to build at the beginning. A sawbook is one of the things you should build in the beginning. I can show you that. Sawbook. Oh, just one step. The crafting menu is, if you hit B, then you will see this menu. You can see a lot of kinds of things you can move through, and I will also recommend to look into this menu just for fun. Go on stop, you won't lose time, and just take your time, look the recipes, maybe not the hardcore, maybe trapping is very interesting. Under engineer are sometimes very interesting things. Just sometimes it's so cool to just look what you can do. Craft a bindle or craft so many very interesting things. Just try them out. But useful things, one of those is, oh yeah, if you hit filter all, then you will see all recipes, you will find them all. Is the sawbook. So the sawbook has a few advantages. The biggest one is if you got a log from cutting trees, and if you make planks from it by right-clicking it, I will show you. Okay. 1 and 2. Yeah, 2 logs. So usually I could say from here, say saw logs 1, therefore I need a saw. This gives me, where are they? Here they are, 3 planks which I can use for building. If I've got a sawbook, then I can do a few more things. I can make a wood sheet, a wood beam, something for a bit later. But if you say make planks, then you will get 4 planks from one. And this is a great advantage. The negative thing is you will get sawdust. which you cannot use in the beginning, but later it will be important. We'll talk to you about that. So you see, I got 224 planks already. If you right click and say saw logs, these planks will fall on the ground, and usually you can only use 50 weight units, but if you're using the sawbook you can place much more there then. So you can take your toy wagon, load it full with logs, and then you can go to the sawbook and saw them all. This is a very fast way to do that, so you don't have to run so much. So I'm taking the toy wagon secondary again to be able to craft a bit better. So this is the great thing about the toy wagon. It is a one-handed tool, so you still got one hand left, for example, to take a weapon, and you will still have it, but only one-handed weapons, so it's pretty limited. Okay, so the sawbook to saw logs as soon as possible. Second cool thing you can build is the carpenter bench. The carpenter bench, yeah, there it starts. So this is a bit more complicated because you need a few more things, like a cordless drill with power or some tool to make holes, and a measuring tape. Now this is something I added because I think if you want to carpentry, you need something to measure. Maybe if you did some woodwork like I did, and when I saw that you can build all the things without any measuring tool, I said no, this is just not possible. So you need a measuring tape. Measuring tapes can be looted from, I think, almost all storage boxes or metal shelves, so it's no big deal. You can get them so in storage areas, in tool stores, and many places. So if you do the usual beginning loot, just take one with you. You will need, what else do we need? We need sturdy sticks, nails, and cordless drill with power. You can use these one-time usage self-made tools too. I prefer the cordless drill with power or the powered multi-tool with drill. So I think I've got both. Yeah, this is the electric multi-tool. You have to attach a drill head, which I've got somewhere here. So I just say attach drill head, then I will get the multi-tool with drill. Then I have to say insert battery. In the electronic box I got small batteries, so I say insert battery, and then I've got a powered multi-tool with drill. Powered multi-tool with drill. Powered multi-tool with drill. Okay. Something else. I take that all. Oh, that was wrong. Oh, need to eat. Oh yeah, something I forgot. We'll continue with it soon. There are a few essential books you will have to keep your eye on. And I told you one of those is the things you need for hunting. Another very important book is the generator manual that gives you the possibility to use generators. So how to use generators, very important book. The herbalism textbook, you will see that later. And yeah, all the auto manuals. No, that's not. The pottery textbook. And maybe the tailoring textbook, because it gives you the chance to make the big Alice pack. And the herbalist, so you're able to see if the things you're foraging are poison or not. I think these are, for me, the super essential books, beside all the skill books like carpentry and so on and so on. Okay, so let's build the carpenter bench. So 10 planks and 2 sturdy sticks. Sturdy sticks, we have seen, can be done by planks and a saw. Oh, it works with the garden saw too. That's what the garden saw is good for. Okay. So, got the sturdy sticks. And now I can say make carpenter bench. And here we are. I know it's small. So the carpenter bench will lead you to many other cool things you can build. You will see this will be one of your most important tools and your first crafting project. And it's also a container, so you can put a lot of things inside. Maybe like, yeah, the measuring tape, the part multi-tool. You can place nails there inside, or sturdy sticks you don't need. So this is very useful then. If you want to craft something with wood, you just have to stand here and click on it and say build whatever you like to build or can. So carpenter bench, next very important tool to build. So I need a good place for that. Yeah, let's build it here. Okay, next important thing, the kiln. So this is a little more advanced. And to build the kiln is something you can make. You will see. I will just tell you. You need clay for that. I will unpack 1, unpack 2, and unpack 3. So, with enough red clay, you can say make a kiln. You need 50 red clay or 50 gray clay for that, and then you will have the kiln. So the kiln is also already one of the tools I modified a little bit. So this is how it looks like. So if you just drop the kiln, then you will be just able to do one single recipe, and that's burning corpses to charcoal. I know it sounds a bit confusing maybe, but if you say anchor kiln, take care before you do this, because if you anchor the kiln, you will not be, at the moment, not be able to remove it again. I'm thinking about some kind of recipe to say dismantle kiln, so you can get back a few of the resources you took from it, but this is just a thought of me. So I say anchor kiln, and now you see it's a container with a capacity of 130. It's a container with capacity of 100. Because I'm organized, I can put a few more things inside of there. and I'm putting these things inside the kiln, because this will all be things that are related to the kiln, parts of it. Okay, this is the kiln. Strongly recommended tool, also for farming and also for many other things you will do. Build it. So why building the kiln? Do we go that far? Yes, I will go that far. Next essential thing is the herbalist table. Yes, and this is you see, you need the carpenter bench to build that. Oh, I'm not sure. Can I build the wood table? Yes. Okay. The herbalist table is useful because it's some farming thing. There is one super great use plant, and that's corn. But getting corn is not so easy. If you're lucky and you're getting corn seeds, fine. But if you don't, then you can do foraging or the Gala Flora recipe, or maybe you will find corn somewhere. And there is a recipe called shuck corn, and this will give you corn seeds from corn or from rotten corn. And that's why you will need the herbalist table very soon. So let's do that. Going back to the recipe. Oh, to be able to build the kiln, you need the... Would you go away, please? To be able to build the kiln, you have to read the pottery textbook. This is why it's so important. So, back to the herbalist table. To be able to build the herbalist table, you have to read the herbalism textbook, and that's why it's also relative important. So, we need the bowl. We need a wood table. Okay, will be done later. And we need 2 small clay jars. Okay, clay jars. Stay here. Small clay jar. To make a small clay jar, you need the kiln, and this will only work if the kiln is anchored. If the kiln is not anchored, this will be not highlighted, and then you cannot use it. You need 3 clay, charcoal, which I've got inside here, the kiln, and some kind of a ignition tool. As you can see, the notched wooden plank can be used too. I'm using lighters because you can refill them. So if it's empty, I can use lighter fluid and fill it up again till it's empty. You can make lighter fluids, but that's another story. Okay, let's craft them. Crafting 1 and crafting 2. So needed 2 clays, but now I've got 2 clay jars. Herbalist table. Next thing, okay, 3 planks, a bowl, small clay, wood table. Let's go to the wood table. Wood table. The wood table is made with a carpenter bench. Yeah, you don't need some measuring tool. It can be possible. I think it's very realistic. Is it a vanilla? No, it's not vanilla. No. So I think I will change this recipe once, that you maybe need a measuring tape or something to measure to build that. Once I will be into the carpentry recipes, I think I will change that. So don't blame me if the recipe is a little bit different. It's never a mistake to open the crafting helper and take a look what you need. So 5 planks and nails. A few planks here. Okay, 7. And I can going to the carpenter bench and say make wood table. I've still got enough planks to do that. And there we are. This is the wood table. So Then we need a list table, a bowl. Bowls can be looted and they can be crafted. The recipe is a bit confusing to me. You need wood blocks and some kind of a knife. To get wood blocks can be, here you need a log and a saw, maybe a sawbook. With a sawbook you will get more wood blocks. And yeah, then you can cut wood blocks and you will get that. So I'm making that. Here we are, I got my bowl. Then we need twine, which I've got here. Yes. Twine, where are you? Okay. And the carpenter bench. Okay, fine. Oh no. I got a feeling I will not live for too long. Scratch at the neck, scratch at the shin. I should be a bit more careful. Okay. So I can click on the carpenter bench now. I got all the items I need and say make herbalist table. And here it is. The herbalist table is just the same as the kiln. I know it's huge. So if you want to use it, you need to anchor it. Right now it's unanchored. I will say anchor herbalist table. And then you can use all the recipes. It's also a container now with a capacity of 100. I've got 130 because I'm organized. So I could, if I would have corn, I could say shock corn. Therefore, don't use the white, red or blue corn. You need to use the normal corn because you can only plant the normal corn on the ground. For every other things you need the planter, and that's something difficult. So use normal corn, some kind of knife and the herbalist table, and then you will get corn seeds. You need minimum 3 corns because for one plant you need 10 seeds and you're getting 4 seeds from shucking 1 corn. Okay, these are, from my point of view, the most super important tools for the beginning. Oh, you can see cabbage is growing already. Very, very nice. Young cabbages already. Soon I can harvest. And these are the super essential things you can build usually in the first week. So let's see if my traps were successful already. Maybe I'm lucky. Check that. And then I can maybe show you that too. But if not, I would say, no, I won't say. I will wait till I'm sure about that. Run. No, I'm slow because that's a little scratchy. Oh, yeah, success. Very nice. So I say check trap, and I will have a dead bird. Another one. Put them into my toy waggy. Or red wagon, like some others say. Oh, I have to wash my my me and my after that. Okay. Go, 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 go. My yoga carpet. Carpet. So, these are also a special order. This is all food, instant eating food. These are cooking tools. I can recommend that. It's, yeah, you just got a better overview. So I right click on the kitchen knife and say butcher bird twice. If you got just small birds, you will get just small bird meats. If you got some bigger birds, you will get feathers too. They are important to build arrows. Once you can do that, and I can tell you that bow is a great weapon, you will love it. So you can place them directly into the oven, and for sure you can cook. If you got vegetables, and you can mix it and cook beautiful things with it. But in the beginning, it's just fine to just put them into the oven and cook them. If you eat them very fast, so don't wait a minute to eat them, because fresh cooked, they are reducing the unhappiness. If they're not super fresh cooked, they will make you a little bit unhappy. And yeah, this is the last tip I will give you in the last interesting books. This is the fairy tale book, because it reduces stress, unhappiness and boredom, same as the bedtime stories, and you can use it as often as you like. I'm not sure if I think this is, yeah, maybe this is a bit too cheaty. It could be possible that this will be books you can only use maybe 10 times or so, and then they will dissolve, because I cannot read books 10 times and don't find that unboring. So yeah, okay, that was the beginner guide for Hydrocraft. I say thank you for watching, and I hope you're having fun with Hydrocraft. I hope we will see us again. Till then, till the first multiplayer servers are online, I say good luck and bye bye.